All right, we live up.
Okay. Shabbat Shalawam, Yasharala. This great Millstone, Louisiana Saints coming back at you with another live Shabbat lesson. But before we get started, as always, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawashi,
Yahawaah, bahasham,
Yahawashi,
Yahweh, bahasham, Kahadash.
double honors the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalawam to the hopeful elect. So, as you can see on the screen here, there's some news today, which is something that we've been prophesying for years. Our apostles and elders have been prophesying for decades now, and it's headline news. It says Biden takes big step toward government-backed digital currency, and we know this is a biblical prophecy going back to the Book of Revelation. So, matter of fact, let's open with that before we read some of this article.
God, this is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Right, and that charagma is something that's physically going to be implanted in order for you to, matter of fact, keep reading up.
Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Right, no man might buy or sell except he that have the charagma. So when you look at the news, what's been going on the past few years, they've been ranting and raving about digital currency, cryptocurrency, this idea that money is a bunch of numbers on the screen. They've been finessing the people with this for years. You had the US dollar, which used to be backed by gold and silver, now is backed by nothing. And so now people have gotten it using this idea in their mind that money is just, zeros and ones on the screen, and it's perfect for them to usher in the charagma. But actual money, according to the scriptures, if you can get that Genesis out.
This Genesis 13:2. And Abraham was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold.
Right. Cattle, silver, gold, land, people. All right. Abraham also had an army. He had human resources, which is, the top resource on the planet, which is why the elites want to enslave the people. They want you to be the money. Your actual body, you're going to be the currency. And that comes with putting that charagma inside of you. But the scripture says actual money is gold, silver, and cattle. So anybody that's not dealing with the scriptures, you're going to be easily misled, tossed to and fro. You have these people that have been hyping up Bitcoin. They think Bitcoin is going to save them. They've made a religion out of this crypto thing, man. When you talk to these people that are heavy into, the NFTs and the blockchain, they're really looking at that as their salvation. We're going to take down the bankers with Coinbase. Like, why would the bankers allow you to take them down with something that they're allowing you to use? That's complete nonsense. Yahawashi is going to take down the international bankers. All right. So we're going to get some of this article. It says the Biden administration is throwing its support behind further study and development of what would be known as a U.S. central bank digital currency. And brothers have been doing this for years. The brother in Dallas and London, they have the algo updates. They've been going into central banking digital currency for years now. And now it's, before it was like, oh, this is a conspiracy theory. These people are crazy. But now it's in the news. Like, what can you say? This is the so-called president, which he's bugged out his mind, senile, pedo, but he's doing exactly what the prophecies say would happen. One of you brothers want to read it, or?
Yeah, I can read it. A U.S. digital currency could be on the horizon. The Biden administration is putting its support behind the research and development of a U.S. central bank digital currency, or CBDC. The move is part of a sweeping executive order President Joe Biden signed Wednesday, instructing the federal government to explore possible uses of and regulations for digital assets like cryptocurrencies. My administration places the highest urgency on research and development efforts into the potential design and deployment options of the United States CBDC, the executive order reads. The order asks for a wide variety of agencies to begin research and submit reports on a variety of issues surrounding digital currencies, from design and security to financial and societal impacts.
Yeah, and this is all deception, by the way. They're speaking in future tense, like they don't already have this plan, like they haven't been working on it for years. All of these countries have been working on CBDCs for years now. They're talking about, like, oh, this is something we're looking into. We're going to research and develop this. That's the end goal, man. And brothers have been doing lessons like constantly since this whole Ukraine situation that prophecy tells you the end game. So you don't have to be tossed to and fro by these headlines and these people, these reporters that act like they know what's going on. The Most High told he revealed what is that in Amos? He'll do nothing, but he revealed his secrets to his servants, the prophets. God. So we already know the end game. This is all deception. But you got it out.
If I
I got a precept too.
Go.
I got a precept real fast. This is Psalms 94:20. It says, "Should the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frame it mischief by law?"
God. And that's Esau, man. He frames mischief by law. He writes something in the law, and then these people just go with it like this is the way it's supposed to be. They don't care that the Most High etched laws, statutes, and commandments that are eternal, that are forever. They don't care about that. They care about what Esau writes down, and he'll do the exact opposite a week later, a month later. They'll have these, what do they call them? Like in the middle of the night, they'll have a conference and just change the law. During Christmas, New Year's, when people are deep in their folly, they'll just write a new law. And this law is going to be used to enslave millions of people, billion. You going to say something, Ryan?
Kind. It's going to talk a little bit about it in this article, but you've already got China that has issued a CBDC, the digital yuan, and then you also had Russia talking about a digital ruble. And this whole Ukrainian situation is much bigger than just Putin, bad man, going after little Ukraine, and the U.S. and Europe are the good guys coming to save Ukraine, with the U.S. cutting some Russian banks off of SWIFT, which SWIFT is a financial transaction system that allows banks to do financial transactions with each other, and it's mainly predicated upon the dollar, with Russia having some of their banks cut off of it, and a lot of other nations seeing what's happening to Russia, and places like Iran getting cut off in some aspects to SWIFT. They've been coming up with their own alternatives to SWIFT that deals in their local currencies. And you would think, hey, we're coming up with alternatives to SWIFT to get around the dollar, and we're talking about digital currencies of our own as well. Hey, this is facilitating, this whole Ukrainian situation is facilitating the downfall of the dollar, and also a move towards digital currencies. And what's going to be the middleman, that charagma in Revelation 13 verse 16.
God. Yeah, every time there's a economic collapse, all of a sudden there's a huge war just out of nowhere, just a huge distraction from what they're really trying to do. But again, the Most High already told us what he's going to do. So it's not going to come as a surprise to us, but to the rest of these people, the scriptures describe it as a thief in the night. It's going to catch them completely off guard. You can keep going in the article.
Okay. My administration places the highest urgency on research and development efforts into the potential design and deployment options of the United States CBDC, the executive order reads. The order asks for a wide variety of agencies to begin research and submit reports on a variety of issues surrounding digital currencies, from design and security to financial and societal impacts. We know the implications of potentially issuing a digital dollar are profound. They're extraordinarily wide-ranging, a senior administration official told reporters on a call Tuesday.
Right. It says they're extraordinarily wide-ranging, meaning what? The charagma is going to have not only your financial records, it's going to have your social credit score, it's going to have your MED records, whether or not you've been inoculated with this madness. It's going to have everything, man. Your history. This is not something that's just going to be used like Cash App or PayPal. This is going to have your vitals, everything. This is going to be used to enslave you. That digital all. And when you take that charagma, you're going to be telling your master that you don't want to be free. You want to stay a slave to the beast.
If I could also say, again with China, they're pretty much a cashless society as it is, because a lot of people use their phones for everything, buying and selling, showing their Kragamuffin pass, doing all kinds of transactions. They have completely automated convenience stores to where the items in there have a RFID barcode on it, and they just scan it with their phone to automatically pay for it. And then what do we see during this whole Kragamuffin situation? they were pushing people towards contactless payments and social distancing. Oh, the situation travels on money, so we need to find an alternative to physical currency. How about people start using their phones, use Apple Pay, use Cash App, go to the restaurant. Oh, we don't have physical menus. We have a QR code on the napkin dispenser that you can scan and get the whole menu on. Everything has been a perfect storm moving towards this digital cashless society and ultimately getting you people to get that charagma in you.
Gone. And what else do they have in China? They have the social credit score. So if you say the wrong thing, if you're not in league with whatever the government's trying to do, they could just make you a social outcast. And what happens is once your score gets low, other people around you don't want to be around you because they don't want their score to get low. So they can just use your charagma to just completely manipulate the people. You can see what they're doing with Moab. They're going to bring it here. You got it, right?
And to totally outcast you from among society, man. That's what it's been. It's been the ones that ain't got the Vicky and the ones that have not got the Vicky that come against each other, man. Right? That's why you seen fights broke out in certain stores because one guy got the diaper on his face, the other guy don't have the diaper on. He don't believe in the diaper. All right, and they actually start the war. That's what they wanted, man. And they actually have what they have done too. While all this going on, it has given them time to enhance their technology with the cameras, with your eyes identifying your face, and they're actually bumping everything up to being league. All right, even those towers with the Gangster 5, man. If you understand what I'm talking about. All right, with these towers with these cell phones, man, they have actually bumped up the technology with that, so everything could be on the same page when they roll it out to you, man. All right, and they're gonna roll it out to you, whether you like it or not. They're gonna shove it down your throats, man. All right, just like they're shoving this C19 on your throat, just like they have shoved also. All right, that switch hitter activity down your throat. You know what I'm talking about, man. All right, them spine tappers and shit. They didn't shove that shit down. You can't turn on the TV without seeing some type of edible arrangement type of activity going on, man. And I'm trying to speak in code because of the algorithm of YouTube, but you know what I'm talking. You Jakes out there that's in the know, you should know what I'm talking about. All right, that like Fred Sanford used to do, that type of activity, man. All right. So they're gonna shove this C9, this what it is like the charagma, they're gonna shove it down your throat, man. So much it's gonna possibly be forced. A lot of you Jakes you're gonna have to make a life and death decision out here. But you got it out.
If I could make one more point, they Apostle Tahar was talking about it. You got that science fiction show, which is really just predictive programming at its finest, called Black Mirror. And they had an episode in season 3 called Nosedive, which was all about the social credit score. You had the main character who say she goes to get a latte. She brings up her phone, and the image of the guy giving her the latte, his score comes up, and based on his service, she can give him a good score, a 5-star, a 3-star, whatever. And if somebody has a low score, people will walk away from him and don't want to be around him. Or say somebody just had a romance going on in the office, and some people, there was a breakup, and some people sided with one person over the other. They'd automatically give the person they didn't side with a low score, and it would make them a social pariah. At some point, they couldn't even come into the business building anymore because their score was low. And if your score was low, you couldn't travel on airplanes, get a job, or do anything like that, which is exactly what's going on with the Chinese social credit score right now. A lot of activists. Real quick, it's going on with YouTube. If you're not down for the policies and the mandates on YouTube, they'll squeeze you out, man. I'll just strike you to death until you make another page. I'm gonna strike you again. That's what this algorithm is all. This algorithm of YouTube is structured around exactly what this brother Raya is talking about, man. The great squeeze. We in the time of the great squeeze, man. Go ahead, But yeah, over in China right now, and this has been going on for a couple of years now, and they use China, the elites, that he that causeth all, use China as a canary in the coal mine for what they want to do with the rest of the world. They test out everything in China, and then once they get the kinks out of the system, hey, you're seeing what we're reading about in this article. You've got the US government talking about a digital dollar, a CBDC, because over in China, you've got activists talking against the government, getting low social credit scores so they can't travel on subways, get a job, travel on a plane, or do anything. They're just completely isolated and social pariahs.
Hey, you brothers and you sincere sisters out there, you have the sincere. You better get yourself ready to be a part of that social pariah. Or maybe, if you down with the program, you're going to do what you're going to do. But if the ones that's not going for the shit, you're going to be a social pariah. Be ready to be, as the scripture says, be a pilgrim. You're going to be, brothers on this phone. It's going to come a time to where we're going to be around here, as pilgrims, man. Living pillar to post. However they say it, this is the reality of things, man. The great shutdown, as we know, the great reset, man. It's here. And all they gotta do is push one button, and your life as you know it is gonna change overnight, man. Go ahead, Amawai, you got it. Oh yeah, Raya has anything else. I'm gonna get the scripture.
Yeah, I just got one more little point to make. The brother Kabar on the screen on top of me always goes into the different translations for Revelation 13 verse 16, and I'm gonna read some of them from Bible Hub. This is the New International Version to back up what you said, Yakana, how this thing is gonna be forced on people by any means necessary. This is the New International Version. It also forced all people, great and small, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a charagma on their right hands or on their foreheads. This is the just looking through them. This is the contemporary English translation. All people were forced to put a charagma on their right hand or forehead, whether they were powerful or weak, rich or poor, free people or slaves. Here's the Good News translation. The beast forced all people, small and great, rich and poor, slave and free, to have a charagma placed on their right hands or on their foreheads. One more, the New American Bible. It forced all people. You keep hearing that word forced. Small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to be given a stamped image on their right hand or on their foreheads.
Yeah, that's plain. The causes goes into force or make a way, and that's what we're seeing in prophecy. We're seeing bits and pieces. The chess pieces are being moved on the board to where they're squeezing everybody out. Brother's been using that term squeeze. The big squeeze is coming, man. He's trying to make it so that if you want to take part in his system, you have to take this. And this is just one more piece of the puzzle. You can keep going on the article.
God. Although a U.S. digital currency would not necessarily change much in terms of everyday experiences like buying goods and services, which is a complete lie. We read in Revelation 17 that they may neither buy nor sell, save if they have the charagma.
Right.
Economists say it could transform central and commercial banking, as well as government sanctions, banking accessibility, and taxes. The potential here is enormous, and it's very interesting, said David Yermak, a professor and the chair of the finance department at New York University. The executive order will call on the government to investigate the technical needs for a digital currency and advocate for the Federal Reserve to continue its research and development, according to a fact sheet released by the White House. The Fed published a white paper in January about potentially creating a CBDC that would complement existing payment systems. It found that a CBDC could make payments cheaper and easier for the consumer, but might also pose a risk to the stability of the U.S. financial system.
Yeah, this is all propaganda. Which this sentence right here, where it says it would not necessarily change much in terms of everyday experiences like buying goods and services. Like, first of all, when you look at fiat currency, the value of the dollar, it lost like 99% of its value just by going fiat. So how much more by going completely on a computer screen where they could just make a number mean anything, man? That would drastically change everyday buying of goods and services. If you could just change the value of a dollar just by pushing a button, which they already do, how could that not change anything? They're going to enslave people even more than they're already enslaved. So, Mike, if you can get that in Proverbs.
Yeah, for you too. This is
It's
kind of going real quick. This is Revelations 13:11. Says, and I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and spake as a dragon.
Yeah, and those two horns goes into, the Democratic Party, the Republican Party. They're acting as if they're here for the people. Oh, the Republicans, they're here for businessmen and the middle class. The Democrats, they're there for the lower class. All of these people are there to get rich. That's why you go into politics, to get rich without having to work a real job. And they're all puppets of the bankers, and the bankers are behind all of this. They've been pulling these strings and controlling this whole thing from the beginning. All right, the elites set up Bitcoin. All right, not some Japanese genius scientists with no, like, come on, man. Y'all believe that, man?
Maybe that guy that stopped up that night on a bike with his woman, remember?
Yeah.
We just start our own tournament and get Bitcoin.
Bugged out, man.
Yeah.
These people, they really believe in this, though. It's like, that's their religion. That's their version of Yahawashi. Their version of salvation is buying a bunch of Dogecoin, Ethereum, whatever new nonsense of the week. When all hell breaks loose, it's not going to matter what you have in your digital wallet. It's not even going to matter what you have in your actual wallet. How much more a bunch of numbers on an app? How is that going to help you? Bullets flying, people killing each other for water. But I got $1 billion in Bitcoin, so
yeah. How can you cash it out with no power, no electricity?
Yeah. That's another thing. They've been talking about cyber attacks all week. All this man has to do is pull a plug. All your money is digital. So if the network is down, what are you going to do? How are you going to buy and sell?
Hey, another thing. Say you're some Bitcoin guru. You've got investments in the metaverse and all that. You've got all this. You've got all the different coins, Ethereum and all that. But then they hit an EMP or cyber attack, and then the government could say whoever did it. But then they come back and say, look, all this has been wiped out. The only thing that's left are these CBDCs. But in order to know that you're not an enemy of the state or a sleeper agent, you got to get this charagma in you so you can be a part of this new banking system we're setting up.
Yeah, because when you look at the narrative that they're pushing this narrative that the new boogeyman, the new terrorist is going to be the cyber attackers. They're going to be just some anonymous people behind a computer screen. So what does that mean? We're going to have to prove that you're who you say you are. And the only way to do that is, like the brother said, to get the charagma. All of these things are leading to the charagma, okay? In Revelation 13 and 16, that's where all these roads are leading.
And another thing, too, as we see the pattern of the elites, once again, you had the as the white man say, the Taliban, visible enemy. Yeah. ISIS, visible enemy. C-19, invisible enemy. Now you got the cyber attackers, another invisible enemy. You don't see them, you don't smell them, you don't have no trace of them, but you better know it's just death. And all you people, you all about the narrative, man. Just like back in 9/11, you all about the narrative of the shit, man. Y'all gonna drag on them goddamn Chinese, them goddamn Russians, cyber attackers. I lost all my earnings and shit. You know. Y'all down for the cause, man.
Okay. You got that Proverbs, Samaki?
Okay. It's Proverbs 22:7. It says, "The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender."
Right. The borrower is slave. Another word for servant is slave. When you take someone's money and you replace it with digital currency with numbers on the screen, you enslave them because now they have to come to you to get this money that you're making up out of thin air. You're forcing people, again, he calls it all, you're forcing people to trade their time and resources and actual things of actual value. You have a system that's forcing them to trade that for something that you're making up, which is enslaving people. But people, especially in Babylon, you have this idea that a slave is someone with a physical yoke around their neck. You know, the word slavery now is synonymous with what happened to the children of Israel. People don't understand there's different levels to slavery. Okay, when you force someone to use made up money and they're trading their time for it, they have to do this. They got to get a job, a part-time job. They got to trade this and that. That's slavery, man. You might not physically have shackles on your ankles and wrists, but you're clearly not free. People don't even know what freedom is anymore. They think freedom is having 2 jobs. That's madness. But yeah, you got it. All right. More on here.
I can travel to the Caribbean, but I need a passport for it to even leave the country. But I'm free because I can go to the Caribbean and drink some mimosas.
Yeah, and the people in the Caribbean are also enslaved.
Yeah, you a slave, man. You got a social security number, which everybody does. You a slave, man. Just to get a job, you gotta give your just like in jail, you have to give up that inmate number 571-744-77. That's the inmate I am. Just like when you go to a job, in order to get that job, you gotta fill out a list of papers, all right, about this thick, and then you gotta turn around and do what? You gotta give up that social security number, man, so they can track you. Social security, even on what's his name is, that fucking guy, that black dude that just died, the military dude,
Colin Powell.
Colin Powell said it on an interview one time. He said the social security number was set up to track people, man, as a system of tracking. All right, but we believe in the scripture. What does Baruch say? We are yet this day not captivity, man. All right, you a slave, man. Okay, you know we go into. I don't even want to go into it about the whole rundown of the social security number, the different ins and outs of that, man. You better believe this is a system. They have this system keen on enslaving you, keen on actually keeping you in the dark, and they know all your whereabouts, man. Everything about you. That's what your enemy does, man. You got it out. I'm trying to look for this one.
They got some precepts on the comment board. The brother Kayal. It's Ezekiel 7:19. It says, "They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of Yahawah. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity." Yeah, that's what's going to happen, man. All of this fiat currency is going to be worthless. What was that movie? The Will Smith movie, the I Am Legend. They were just tossing the money. The money was just flowing in the streets, man. It was worth nothing.
Yeah, they got another I Am Legend coming out. Him and that guy, what that guy name is, Michael B. Jordan. You know, and you best believe they're at least gonna show you. They're gonna drop some tokens, man, some jewels to you of what they plan on doing. All right, because in that movie, those zombies. All right, that was the average day working people, man. The average everyday people here in Babylon that don't the have-nots, man. A lot of these Americans gonna be running around looking for bread and water, looking for a way to make it, man. And these elites, it's gonna be long gone. All right, all those different jobs and shit, which they're gone now. They're going to China, they're going to Mexico, then they're going to Canada. It's gonna be long gone, man. You have something on the screen? Oh, okay. Go ahead. I was looking at something.
Yeah, they got some more in this article too. I'll share it again.
Yeah, I posted a link to a video that a bro did showing this store, this digital store that these Jakes opened up in Atlanta, which is showing you how the NW0 is going to be. Like you scan your phone to open the doors, to pay for things. They got little robots that go around and bring you your items. And they got Jake as the poster boy of it. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are going to be the stooges for the Charagma to bring about this great renewal.
Yeah. Everything they try to push on the nations, they make Jake the face of it, man. Whether it's this alphabet behavior, whether it's eating abominations, whether it's kissing Esau's backside, Jake is always the face of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit it. Hold on.
Grocery shopping with a taste of technology. Welcome to Nourish and Bloom Market. Here, QR codes, automated gates, and robots run the show.
Say hello.
30 ceiling cameras track your every move.
Every time you pick up an item, the system knows exactly what you picked up.
So these are basically giant scales throughout the store.
All finished? Just walk right out. Automatic payment through your phone.
So it's quite an unusual experience.
It's the brainchild of first-time store owners Jalea and Jamie Hemmings.
Shopping has changed overall, and we wanted to create a solution for the post-pandemic era that we're living in.
But even more notable than how you shop, what you're shopping for. Just south of Atlanta, this community is a food desert. The closest grocery store, a nearly 15-minute drive. These shelves hold all natural, organic foods, and the customers can't get enough.
We've waited for it so long, it's a godsend.
There's even a fresh spin on delivery. 2 climate-controlled robots, complete with their own crosswalk.
Thank you.
They're already planning to expand, eyeing disadvantaged neighborhoods across Georgia and Florida, and thanks to a partnership with Microsoft, offsetting the cost for customers.
When you look at childhood obesity, when you look at diabetes, it really runs in the Black community. And we want to be able to change that.
Our whole mission is that everyone deserves access to healthy food in a convenient way, right? An affordable way.
This is more than a business. This is a mission.
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%.
A mission to keep healthy foods within reach.
There you go.
Lynn Alexander, NBC News, Fayetteville, Georgia.
And real quick, I want one thing you notice in that video, the attack is on who? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Really, you so-called Negroes. You stay in Georgia. Most of you stay in Florida. But the real attack is on who? That Black woman. All you kept seeing in the video is who? The end of the Black woman. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is weird. This is new. Because really, anytime you open up a business or anytime you're trying to promote and brand a company, who you attack first? The woman. Because the woman will promote it, she will buy it, and she will also sell it to other people, man. And you see who they attack already, man. And you basically, them 2 that started the store, you can tell they already plugged in with Esau, man. I wouldn't be surprised they some type of agents they got themselves to. That's the mark. That's the mark all the way, man. That whole store is the mark, man. All right. Go ahead,
And if I may add, the origin of sin is Eve. And again, the scriptures speak about that buying and selling, stick it close to sinning. And that's what's going to happen when these people implement this so-called, well, you know what it is, the RFID, man. All right. And who they gonna get it with? The progenitor of sin. Eve was the beginning of sin. This Sirach 27:1. It says, many have sinned for a small matter. And buying and selling is such a small thing to get condemnation by fire for, man. All right, as it says in Revelation 13 that he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to buy and sell. Which is the main thing, which Jake are really buyers in the market. But if you get some Jakes who are sellers like you got right there, they could advertise that. They could sell it. All right, they could sell Eve, because what? Eve is the sin that they're giving to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native America. She's the progenitor. She's the beginner. It says, and he that seeketh for abundance will turn his eyes away. But this the point. As a nail sticketh fast between the joinings of the stones, so do a sin stay close between buying and selling. And that sin that's going to stay close between buying and selling, you can liken that into what? What we've been talking about, man. all right? This digital currency, all right? Well, oh, it's a convenient way to buy, it's a convenient way to sell, it's a convenient way to do this. But sin stick close to that, all right? That's why the scriptures don't, they're precepts upon precepts will let you know what the scriptures is talking about, man. Sin is coming by the form and fashion of what you said, all right? You're going to sin greatly and trespass greatly against the Lord if you receive this MOTB, man. You got it out.
God, that precept is on point, man, because that's part of that squeeze that Esau is going to use to force Jake to do what he wants, man. That whole buying and selling, that's right. Like, read that again.
Once I'm gonna say this. Once Jake can't buy or sell, Jake is going to sin to buy and sell. Huh?
Yeah.
Because again, the government have made them count on them. I did a video on a squeeze of the economy. All right, and you see it on in multi layers. You get the squeeze from the supply disruption. Then you get the squeeze from the stores. Then you get the squeeze from the farmers. All right, is a domino effect. And once it come into where neither one of them can get a buy, boom, it's gonna be a dynamite. It says as a nail.
I'm about to say real quick, that goes into where it says pressure from above and pressure from below, man.
Yeah, it does. And again, that's all it is. It's just pressure on you, Jake. All right, for you to receive it or not receive it, man. It says, you want me to start at 1 or 2?
2.
It says, as a nail sticketh fast between the joinings of the stones, so do a sin stick close between buying and selling.
God, and that's a beautiful analogy, man. Basically, when you put together a building, a wall, everything you're using to bind things together, that's the way sin is going to be used with buying and selling, because really the Lord right now, he's building the household of faith. He's building the house of David. And what glues us together is faith. And what glues these people together is sin, man. Just a complete disregard for the laws of the Heavenly Father. And that's like right now, you could say you believe in this. You could say you believe in that. Oh, yeah, I know I'm an Israelite. Shalom, brother. Shalom, family. In that day, man, it's not going to, all of the platitudes and empty sayings, that's going to go out the window. It's going to come down to whether you believe or not. And your belief is going to be tried by your actions, man. You're not going to just be able to say, I believe in the Lord, I believe in the Bible. No, you're going to have to stand on that. You got it right.
Yeah, and even more, this precept speak volumes, man, because it's even that nail that's sticking in there, you could liken to what being stuck in you, man. It's gonna be in there, man. Yeah. All right, and it's gonna cause you to sin and go off. But it says in 3, unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, which wisdom and knowledge, all right, is the beginning of what? Fear, stability of that time. His house shall soon be overthrown. Well, you people houses, your abodes, all right, your actual house gonna be overthrown, man. Because why? You're willing to put something in you, all right, just to purchase something, man. All right, and that's a small matter. That's why I start off as many have sinned for a small matter at this point, man. All right, that's minute. It's minuscule to the Father. So he looking at it like, all right, if you won't stoop this low, then I'm gonna come that low to kill you, man. You got it, right?
God. And that's another reason it's so important to build your faith through the prophecies, because once these things happen, as the apostles say all the time, it's not Yahawashi is right around the corner. The hour of temptation is not going to last 10 years, Jake. You just got to hold on for a little bit. The Lord's not asking you to go 10 years living off grid, like go 10 years without working. Like that's not in the scriptures, man. The scriptures clearly tell you that the elect is going to be delivered from the destruction. The elect is going to be held from the hour of temptation. It's all throughout the scriptures. When you read the destruction, you read about the salvation of the elect. That's why we do these lessons. That's why we're in the truth for salvation. All right. This is really the judgment for these people, the 2/3, the heathen. This is their problem. All right. The Passover is coming up. We're looking to receive exemption from this. That's the why. But we got more in the article. If you could share it again.
And I got a quick precept
too. Con. Yep.
Okay. This is just to back up what you just said, Amawad. This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I cometh quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man may take thy crown.
That's beautiful. That's right on time. It says, hold on. Behold, I come quickly, man. Yahawashi is coming quickly after this happens. So again, you just got to have your faith and hold on to it. Just don't fold. Don't be one of these people that's like, yeah, man, I ain't taking that. I ain't taking that. These same people, a couple of weeks later, they got the situation in their arm, man, because they don't have faith. This is all about building your faith. And in that day, faith is going to be worth more than any gold, any silver, and especially some goddamn digital currency, some numbers on the screen. Okay, faith is going to be the most precious commodity. It's going to hit bigger than Bitcoin, bigger than any so-called, rags to riches story that you can imagine. Faith is going to, hey, man, you got some Samaki.
This is a Psalm 73:7. It says that eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish. It's talking about the wicked elite. Now here it is. They got all the wealth in the world, but they want to control you with these digital currencies. They don't want you to have nothing without them saying so. They want to have complete control. It's really about control and oppression. What brother's been going into about oppression, and that's what this currency all about. Is about oppressing you even more. And they get mad at you, or you don't want to participate in their program. Hey, they just take all your coins out your account, out your wallet, man. They can't do that now as much. You got some, Kaya?
Yeah, Khan, just to add to what you're saying, they got the saying that you will own nothing, but will be happy.
Good, right?
Oh, how you? Just to back up what you were saying.
Yeah, dog. Yeah, you understand, this man don't want you to have nothing. And that's what all this, especially with the end game, with the Karagma, that's really going to have real full control over it. But this cryptocurrency thing is just the step to the Karagma, But it's not, when you get down to it, it's not about the money. It's about having the power and being able to oppress the people, man. And he just wicked as hell anyway, man.
Because I was going to say, when you go into Ecclesiastes 12:3, when it talks about the keepers of the house trembling and the strong men bothering themselves, and it goes on and on. Well, when you look at the word economy, what it goes back to, keepers of the house. The word economy goes back to keepers of the house. Those are the ones that's keeping this so-called house of America so-called stable right now. But like the brother's been going into, when they get mad with you, when you don't do what they say, what they have, and they basically disrupts that house, man. They could turn that house upside down whenever they feel like it. And like these brothers been making beautiful examples, even the article. It's nothing but imaginary, mythical money, man. All right? The fiat dollars that you have in your pocket, the greenbacks, it's not backed by anything. The money that you got on your credit card is just imaginary money that you're paying up against. You paying against something that don't really exist. So how much more pushing that chip in there? Putting the chip in place to control the people, man. Because the people in America, they're all about the feel good. They wanna seem like they're free to go on cruises and beaches and go on boats and different things like that. Take those things away from you, they'll cry and they'll be willing to do anything. That's what it's about. All right, and your liberties, all right, the liberties that you once had are really gone, man. You can look at it right now. You really can't go outside how you want to. You can't do the things you want to, man. And people still haven't woken up to the shit. All right, the crime. Hey, man, brothers just went and watched, just watch this particular movie, this Batman shit. This is Gotham. America is the new Gotham City, man. It's been Gotham City. All right. In the wicked elites, the higher ups, the mayors and senators and different people, they're the corrupt ones, man, doing what they want to do. All right. They really finna make the ultimate move. All right. This is the end game right here. And I'm saying that going back to what's my man name? Aaron Russo, man. When Aaron Russo sit down with the Rockefellers, man, he said, "This is the end game." What is the end game? He said, "The end game is to chip everyone, man." All right, not the Bitcoin you did, not the cryptocurrency you did, but the chip everyone, man. Go ahead.
Before we continue in the article, Kaya, if you can get Proverbs 27 and 20 to back up the point that Samaki just made, because this man is super greedy. You know, as the brother Kaya put on the comment board, they have the earth and everything therein and give you the metaverse. Yeah, they're all about hoarding actual riches and then giving you this fake virtual reality. They do that with the food. You know, brothers say all the time, man, there's so many lawful birds. We just eat chicken, man. Brothers, it's like, yo, Jake loved chicken, obviously, but man, there's so many lawful things to eat, and we just get a small inkling of what the Heavenly Father created, man. Just nothing, man. You got it.
Yeah, and they try to make that metaverse. That's a whole nother animal. Because I can't remember this shit, but I remember being a young man growing up, and it was this movie that was up there about this particular group of Edomites trying to make this virtual reality shit. People was actually getting married. People was having sex, doing all type of shit through this virtual reality shit. This kind of basically this metaverse shit. They're trying to make that girl. A couple of these chicks, Megan Thee Stallion, Marcus the Stallion, and them have concerts on that shit, man. Shit's sad though, man. Yeah, madness.
Hey, look at the premise behind the. They want you to be in a physical mental matrix right now. They want you to be in that real digital matrix. And look at the premise behind it. The humans are in that little pod, while the machines use their body heat as batteries to power their system. They want you in the metaverse while they suck you dry.
Yeah, and people are willingly doing it, man. You got all kind of jakes that are excited about this, excited about that. In the clip the brother just showed, they're excited about shopping with robots. Like, that's the thing, man. You just what if you have a question about something, like, you know, anyway, you got it.
Yeah, they wanna go sin. They wanna get with this new way, man. Our people are tweaking for the new technology, the new way. Yeah, they're machining you. All right, they're putting you behind them. You're getting in with the machine, man. There's a machine, a drive that comes with these people, man. And all you're doing is partaking in it, man. All right, our people don't know what sin is anyways. They've been indulged in so far and buried in sin so far. So they look at this as taking this as a step up. All right, a step in the right direction, a step towards future, man. Welcome to the future.
Yeah.
Bogged out, man.
Yeah, you got the proverb.
Come, Proverbs 27 and 20. Hell and destruction are never full, so the eyes of man are never satisfied.
Right. This man's never satisfied. He's not satisfied with having the fatness of the earth, which is his blessing. He's not satisfied with having the sword, which is his blessing. He wants the sons of Israel. He wants your soul. That's why it tells you in Revelation, the 18th chapter, that in Babylon was found the souls of men. He wants your desires. He wants who you are. He wants your very being. He can't be satisfied. He's just like, you know, I want more. I got it all, but I want more. Like, that's a horrible spirit to have. That was the spirit of Esau. He couldn't wait. He wasn't patient. We got to be the opposite of that. But, you know, getting back to this article.
Okay. In its fact sheet, the administration said it also would take steps to mitigate the illicit finance and national security risks posed by the illicit use of digital assets by directing an unprecedented focus of coordinated action across all relevant U.S. government agencies to mitigate these risks.
Now, how are they going to do that? With all the hackers, with all the people that have access to your money, once they make everything digital, how are they going to, quote unquote, mitigate the illicit finance and national security risk? They're going to put it on a charagma. So the only way for you to access the money is for you to have something physical inside you to verify that it's you. Okay, this is this person's DNA. Your DNA is going to be linked to your social security. It's going to be linked to your credit score. You're not going to be able to just pretend to be someone else on the internet. That's what this is saying. They're not going to come out and say that because they never do. They're not, everything they do is like, look, this is just going to be for 2 weeks. Don't worry. Things are going to so-called go back to normal. Then 2 weeks later, it's like, oh, my bad. We got to do this because it's for your safety. Like, what?
Yeah, they say it's transitory, huh? What is it? Something.
It's just transitory.
They said that about inflation, and look at for that.
Yeah, man. Hyperinflation is coming. There's no way around it. This dollar is not. They know that the dollar is dead. That's why they're doing all of this. That's why there's so many distractions. That's why they have a backup plan and an end goal. And if you're in the truth, you should know what the end game is. You should know that this all leads to the charagma. That's why any camp teaching you that the charagma is actually it's Christianity. Come on, man. It's time out for all these bug out doctrines, man. It's about the household of faith receiving salvation. But keep going.
And we coming into the Passover, so you're about to get a permanent timeout from YAHAWAH, bahasham, Yahawashi.
God.
The U.S. would not be the first country with a digital currency. China has introduced its own CBDC with more than 140 million people having opened digital wallets, and many other countries have either rolled out or are developing digital currencies. The Bahamas sand dollar is considered among the world's most successful digital currencies. And who's dwelling in the Bahamas?
Number Jake.
You already know.
Yermak said the move by the Biden administration pointed to what he believes is a certain inevitability of the broader move toward digital currencies. It's not a question of if, but when, he said. Once the central banks start co-opting the technology, it's pretty much game over.
Pretty much game over. That's the charagma, man. That's the end goal. Once this stuff is implemented, that's the end. There's nothing that's coming after this. There's nothing, we're going to use Bitcoin to take down the bank. No, man. The bankers are already planned it. They planned this from the beginning. You're going to take down the bankers. That's madness.
God, if I could add too, like the bankers spent all this time killing presidents, killing people that we don't even know about.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't got all this wealth, and they think you're just gonna give it over to a bunch of, fucking game heads, that bought some fucking Bitcoin with $10 and became a millionaire overnight. They're gonna turn all this over to you.
Yeah, these people, like the brother said, man, these people have a ruthless obsession with power, and they're just gonna sit back and let everybody just buy Bitcoin until they're out of power. Like that is beyond ridiculous, man. But people believe this. People believe it just like they believe in Islam, just like they believe in Christianity. Every stupid doctrine, every stupid belief, people really take hold of it wholeheartedly. You can't tell them otherwise, because that's the spirit that the Lord has on them, a spirit of deep sleep.
Hey, these are the same people that have had iPhones since the 60s and night vision since the 1940s, when you were still when your dad was still in your granddad's nutsack. So you're just gonna come on the scene in the last decade and topple the elites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they thought it out. They thought everything out through and through with Satan, man. You can't come up against a man in his own wicked society, man. What's wrong with you, Jakes, man? All right, he didn't thought that shit out 50 years ago, man. All right, these guys are the bankers, man. They can come on, man. They thought this shit through. They call them the keepers of the house for a reason, man. Just like you're the keeper of your house. You know about the security of your home. You know about what's going in, what's coming out, what you should. A lot of you Jakes should, man. All right, Keisha shouldn't be running all that shit now. God damn. All right, but anyway, just like the elites, man, they thought everything all the way out, man. All these programs, different apps, shit. They go buy out the people who make the apps, man. It'd be a little guy from fucking Kentucky somewhere. He'll come up with an app. Google and them go bar. Google is controlled by the elites, man. They go buy these people out, man. They come up, the guys that come up with new ideas, all right, new ways to track people, new ways to do things. This shit is already, it's handled already, man. Hey, go offer them a bag, go offer them $16 billion. Oh, he don't want it. Oh, kill him. Fuck him. Kill him and then take it. Yeah.
Yeah, the elder's 100%.
Like, real quick, one of you brothers, I forgot which one of you said it. One of you said that these people are they're gassed up and hyped up on power, man. A nigga that wants some power would do anything, and I mean anything. Go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, just to back you up, what the elder said is 100% true. All of these startup companies, their end game is to get bought out by Google. Like when you start a startup, you come up with a little app that's going to change the world. They're doing it knowing that, okay, a bigger company that's controlled by the CIA, they're going to buy us out and we're going to be rich. There is no grassroots idea or technology that's going to take down the people in power. They control everything that we use. That's madness.
I got your precept for that. I got your precept for what you're saying.
Yeah, real quick. One of those NFL guys, I forgot who it was. He just said he found out that some type of way he got in trouble or whatever. He found out that the NFL is owned by the CIA and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, that was, I can't remember, that was Clinton Portis. There was some, I'm gonna think of him. Anyway, it's not even that important, but the guy said the shit. All right. Just like all these app companies the brother going into, that's the end goal. Anytime you come up, hey, I'm gonna say this: hip hop, the hip hop industry is controlled by the CIA, man. All right, lock, stock, and barrel, man. But go ahead, like I don't, that's a whole other note.
It says, I got two for you real quick. This Proverbs 30. I'm gonna start at 30. It says, a lion which is strong is amongst beasts and turning not away for any. A greyhound and a he goat also, and a king against whom there is no rising up.
Yeah, there's no rising up against the king because the king is set up by Yahawashi. He's put there like a king. Kings are ordained by the Most High. Like that's what Jake don't get. All right, Esau is in power because the Most High put him there. He's not in power because we didn't circulate the black dollar and we don't have enough black unity. No, he's in power because we sinned and the Most High said he would be in power. That's it.
Yeah, that goes into Revelation.
I got another one.
That goes into Romans the 13th chapter, man. Yeah, you fighting them against the Most High set this guy up, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, that's Proverbs 22. It says the fear of a king is as the roaring of a lion. Whoso provoked him to anger sinned against his own soul.
Yeah, man. And that's true for whether it's a righteous king, an Israelite that's in power, or a wicked ruler. You, like the elder mentioned, Romans 13, man. The powers that be are ordained by Yahweh, bahasham, Yahawashi, and they don't bear the sword in vain. These elites, they're not doing all of this for no reason. They're not trying to help you to get your finances in order. Well, here's something that's going to be, when you read up earlier in the article, it's like, well, this is going to make buying and selling real convenient. They don't care about convenient. Come on, man. They're trying to enslave you. We worried about the convenience of our slaves? No, they want power. That's their end goal. Obtaining more power, owning you completely.
That's why I tell you that, we not to go up against these people, man, because every purpose is established by counsel, man. And with good advice, you make war. That's why we haven't made war with these people in no kind of way. We're not trying to circulate the dollar. We're not trying to war against them in this way or that. Hey, Yahawashi told us that he's going to come and war with them. So all we going to do is talk about our big brother coming to war with him. We going to purpose. We going to send forth that purpose. Establish that counsel. We'll speak of that. That's it. Other than that, we're not trying to make war. You got to make war with good advice. Jake won't take the green dollars and spread it amongst themselves. Bad business, man. You got
that dirty looking nigga, young thug, talking about making a black community, man. Nigga's crazy, man. You've been over here, you had your ass over here for over 400 years, and it ain't gonna happen now, man.
Come on.
Fucking niggas is crazy, man.
I got a precept for you too.
You got it, Smokey.
It's Hosea 12:7. He is a merchant. The balances deceit are in his hand. He liveth to oppress.
Yeah, this man loved to oppress. The same way Jake loved chicken, Jake loved box, Jake loved music. Esau loved to oppress. That's his thing. He gets off on that. It's not enough for him to have the world. He has to see you downtrodden. He has to see you destroyed. He has to see you in that nigger state, because that's what gets him off. He loves to oppress. And the balances of deceit are in his hand. In the ancient world, it's against our law for us to have diverse metals and scales that are off. That's stealing. But this man has digital forms of that. He just does it on a digital scale so that you can't see it. But it's the same thing. If you have a scale and you're saying you're going to sell somebody an ounce of gold, but you have your scale rigged so that 0.9 ounces of gold reads as an ounce, you're stealing from that person. Esau does that on a digital scale. He's saying, well, look, you got $50,000, but it's really worth $22,000. You stealing, but a person's mind is like, well, look, my account says 50,000. It's still stealing. What was one of them Superman movies where they stole like half a penny every transaction, and it built up to millions of dollars? That's what Esau does in real life. He'll just shave off like a little bit here, a little bit there, and until you're totally enslaved. People don't even realize that the dollars that they have, they're worth a penny. Like back in the 1930s, $1 could buy you you could buy a whole gang of groceries for $1, man. Now people are working 2 jobs just to pay rent. You're in slavery, man. You got it out.
Yeah, soon it's gonna get too expensive for the elect to live here, man. All right. and the Lord gonna lift a standard up for that, man. It's gonna get to the point where the poor, because they rich in spirit, man. Yeah, the Lord give us our day to day, but it's gonna get to the point to where the Lord is gonna say, look, it's enough. It's enough for these men down there. All right. I done seen enough for them. All right. That's why I'm gonna end it. You see? Because again, the Lord is doing it for who on this side? The elect seat. So it's gonna get to the point where the Lord pissed off for what he have done it to the poor, those who are rich in spirit, chiefly the elect, man. You got it out.
Yeah, we're at an hour.
You could skip down to we can just read through it real quick and wrap it up.
Kind. It's not a question of if, but when, he said. Once the central banks start co-opting the technology, it's pretty much game over. While the administration fact sheet did not provide any details about how a U.S. digital currency might work, ultimately with that charagma in you, Yermak suggested that the functionality could be reasonably simple, with transactions flowing directly to and from the Fed, sidestepping banks and payment systems and creating near seamless flows of cash.
Right, which they're going to need blockchain technology to do that, which that's what they've been working on this whole time. And right now, Bitcoin is too slow to replace credit cards, so they're working on their own personal cryptocurrency, which they've been working on this whole time. This is all propaganda. They've been working on this. You got it.
It is a simple concept with the potential for widespread ramifications. Yermak said a broadly embraced digital currency would pose existential questions for banks and many other financial services focused on facilitating payments. Bill Gates famously said, "There will always be banking, but there will not always be banks," Yermak said.
All right, Bill Gates, who's a computer guy, he's a war hawk. Now he's a financial expert. He's an expert on health.
A farmer.
Yeah, he's a farmer. Yeah. You can't make this up, man.
Bill everywhere.
Yeah, Bill's every damn where.
You a fucking IT tech. Now you talking about how to sow crops, man. What the fuck, man?
Yeah, he dealing with nuclear reactors too now.
Yeah.
Bill everywhere.
Yeah, he got his hand on the button.
Damn.
Yeah, man. This is all theater, man. It's all political theater. And, as we keep harping on, you got to stick to the prophecies. The Most High told us exactly how this is going to go down. As the brother read earlier in Revelation 3, as soon as this happens, it says, "Behold, I come quickly." So our hope and faith is in Yahawashi coming back. It's not in, taking over the metaverse, man. All of this nonsense that these heathen have in their minds, man. They imagine a vain thing, as it tells you in Psalms 2. So, brother, have anything else?
I got one.
Okay.
And as I would kind of going into what you're saying, this is Ecclesiastes 9 and 11. It says, "I returned and saw in the sun. The race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, nor yet bread to the wise, nor riches to the men of understanding, nor favor to men of skill, but time and chance happening to them all. For a man also knoweth not his time, as the it says, as the fishes that have taken in the evil net, and the birds that have caught in the snare, so are the sons of men, snared in the evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them."
Fall suddenly upon them, man. As it tells you in Job, when he's about to fill his belly, that's when the Most High is going to overthrow him, man. It's going to happen in the twinkling of an eye, man. So that's what our faith is at. We bring out these precepts to build brothers' faith. We bring out these articles to prove that the Most High, he's faithful and true. All right, going back to 2nd Esdras 15. So, brother, had anything else?
That was pretty much it on mine.
Abaratazah, this lesson was edifying to the elect. So with that, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shabbat Shalawam to the hopeful elect. Shabbat Shalawam.
Shabbat Shalom.